Hi, so this will be my final video for today. It's Sunday today. I was meant to be doing 3 videos, but I've had loads of technical issues, and one of the videos I was going to do was 2000 AD, where I review the latest issues. Unfortunately, the latest prog was meant to come yesterday, but didn't come yesterday. Romel is crap for my area, so I'll be doing the 2000 AD review episode um, either midweek next week or next weekend. So this is my final video for today. That was really waffly. I don't, and you mustn't be watching these elsewhere, so that won't make sense. But I just wanted to talk about a book what I got this week. But I want to give a bit of a backstory. So one of my favourite publishers is Rebellion. I mean, look at how gorgeous this book is. This is a really nice collection of the House of Dolmen, which was an old Valiant strip from the 60s. So Rebellion are also the publishers of 2000 AD, and they do all the 2000 AD collections as well. But they have, they basically own all the IPC, Fleetway, etc. Comics from when they started, so from the 30s all the way through to present day. So they've got a huge library, and like I said, they're doing these lovely collections of classic strips from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on. Focus on really quality classic British strips from various comics like Valiant, Lion, Smash, you name it, they've got them in here, Eagle, etc. But they obviously they can't publish everything. This is where we come to another magazine, another publisher. This is the publisher here is called Book Palace, and they do this semi-regular luxury magazine called Illustrators. I mean, look at how gorgeous that is, which focuses on illustrators, but obviously for this channel they focus a lot on comic artists. Like this one has a big article on Alex Raymond and one on Neil Adams and other people, and they do really good intense breakdowns looking at the different artists. I do recommend hunting these out. They're not cheap magazine, but they're a magazine stroke coffee table book, if that makes sense. But they really go in depth and give you some really great illustrations from all these brilliant comic artists, newspaper artists, etc. So really good magazine. And they, like I said, they love illustration, and they love stuff that might have been overlooked, and they put a spotlight on overlooked artists. And they have got the license from Rebellion to do some of the product what Rebellion basically just haven't got the time to do because they're already publishing so much stuff. So Rebellion put all their 60s, all their old British strips, what they're curating, under the banner of the Treasury of British Comics. So Book Palace, who publish Illustrated magazine, they are doing some licensed material from Rebellion, and they're bringing out their own formats of them. So as you can see, it's got the Treasury of British Comics on here, Rebellion, and then a Book Palace book on here. So this is a nice flexi-bound book. So it's not quite hardcover, it's not quite soft cover. And this one collects in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and I think in the 80s as well. Fleetway used to do picture libraries, which are like what Commando comics are. These like digest-sized books, which are about 64 pages, with a full story inside. But they stopped, and Commando's still going. So what the Book Palace are doing, they're doing some luxury, oversized collections of these books in these really nice formats. So normally it's £25. I got this for £7.99 from Amazon, from a seller on Amazon. And they do it in a really thick paper. And it's like in this off-white, almost like a cream-like paper. So it really emphasizes the artwork. It doesn't make the black and white, the black ink too harsh on the paper. I'll just read what it says on here. So this says here, it's called Larrigan. It says, Larrigan was his name. Some smiled when they heard it, others shuddered. And as you can see, it's featuring the art of Arturo del Castillo. And it says here, originally published in Lone Rider Picture Library issues 1, 4, and 9, and Cowboy Picture Library issue 463, Arturo del Castillo's Larrigan strips are dark and atmospheric, seemingly set in an eternal twilight which appear to prefigure the spaghetti western genre by several years. Del Castillo's style is completely unique and somehow timeless, and these strips reveal him to be a master of the pen, creating darkly realistic, almost impossibly delicate illustrations that seemingly harken back to the great penmen of earlier generations such as Franklin Booth or Ernesto Pexiato. He was able to craft images of enormous depth and beauty through crosshatched pen lines, creating various patterns and textures juxtaposed with bold chiaroscuro lighting, which was utterly unique in comics, as you can see on this page, what they're highlighting here. So this collects 4 stories, each one 64 pages, so it is over 270 pages. It does have some backup as well, looking at some of his other artwork. And I am going to might do a review of this later on once I've read it. It gives a nice introduction by David Roach, who's done loads of art. He did Nemesis the Warlock and a lot of Doctor Who artwork, but he's also like curated and become like a historian of British comics. So there's a nice introduction there. As you can see from this splash page of the first story, really nice use of shading. And as they said about how he lived in like permanent twilights, he's a master of shadow work. So I've flicked through this. I've not read it yet. I'm reading the Justice League Dark Compendium, which is over 1,400 pages long. It's longer than that. So it could be a while before I read anything else. But I've flicked through. This will definitely be the next on my list. It's just an energy to his artwork, and the writing isn't cluttered. Unlike British comics, somehow they just managed to get a lot of information in without oversaturation, unlike American comics in the 50s and 60s, where you'd have the description box and then you've all the speech basically reiterating what's in the description box. This doesn't do that. Yeah, it's a very malleable, lovely kind of format. I am going to be getting other books in the series. I can't show you what they are because they're on Amazon. There's a spy series what I want to get, and I forgot what it's called now. Oh God, what is it? I can't remember. And there's Jet A Slogan, which is a sci-fi one. There's some more westerns one. There's a historical one, which looks really good. But I'm very, very impressed. I do recommend go on thebookpalace.com. I think they do ship internationally as well. It's just amazing what the stuff they have. They also do. They bring that in March. A Lost strip by Frank Frazetta, which I want. I want. It looks so beautiful. It's like a jungle adventure one, and there's and like I said, there's about 20, I think, no, 16, stuff like that, different books in different genres in this format, where the reprints and the Picture Library classics, they cover spy, they cover war. There's some dogfight ones, and there's more western ones. There's historical adventure. They also do some luxury books like the Three Musketeers, which Arturo del Castillo did the artwork for. And it gives you a little preview there, which are more oversized. I think they're like a hardcover one. What I didn't know, which was just chance, I got this last year when I went to Leeds, and they actually do a feature on Arturo. So I'll read this before I read this, and like I said, I might do a follow-up video just to give you my thoughts on the book after I've read it. But yeah, like I said, on Amazon in the UK anyway, there's about 5 books in this range. What are on special offer at the moment for £7.99, and then it's £3 postage. So you're only paying about £11 when normally it's £25. So it's a good way to dive in and give it a taste. Like I said, this one's called Larrigan. So if you just search Larrigan, and it will link up to other books in that range. And it's the Fleetway Picture Library Classics, and it's a Book Palace publication. But for the presentation, It's on par. That gives you this rough size as well. These are big, oversized books. But it is on par, and they're honouring the quality of how Rebellion do the Treasury British Comics collections. It's on par with that. It's a high quality one, but because it's a flexibind as well, it makes it not. It opens well. It's stitched all the way through, so the pages aren't going to separate. It's just really, really satisfactory, and like I said, the paper quality is good. Even if you paid the £25 price, you're still getting just under 300 pages of really good strip, really fantastic artwork. I mean, look at the detail on there. So yeah, give this my highest recommendation. I can't tell you what the story's like yet. I've flicked through. The dialogue looks good. It's not clunky. It's not overly verbose either. It just looks like a good classic Western from the 60s. Del Castillo, I think he's from either Italy or Spain, so it is tying in with that spaghetti western theme. But like I said, this did predate the spaghetti western films, which came out from the mid '60s. I think this came out a few years before then. So it's like a precursor to that, and it's like a precursor to stuff like Jonah Hex and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're into westerns, if you want something a bit more European in flavour, like something that's got more like a blackberry, not blueberry kind of flavour, you know, the Mobius Western strip, then this is a good place to go. Each story is complete. Yeah, very, very satisfied with this, very happy. And it's always fun discovering new curators of classic adventure strips. I'm a sucker for old school stories when they're done well. Like I love the EC line and stuff like that. So yeah, it comes very highly recommended from me. Do check out bookpalace.com and do check out the Illustrators magazine as well. Just go on their website, bookpalace.com, and you'll be very entertained with what you see on there. Okay, bye.